Alright. Hey guys, welcome back into the Camp Race League. Sorry for a stutter there. Anyway, yeah, first time back on the channel here. So it's been over about a week since the last race was uploaded to the channel, and I was gonna be a little longer on the break week. However, of course, if you saw one of the posts I made back on Sunday night, most people probably seen it Monday morning. Just a few things happened, and I've been really just like chilling out the last few days, playing disc golf a lot, just thinking about everything. And yeah, so going to this race here at Richmond, some big changes. So of course, if you did not see the announcement, Caleb Campbell, myself, has been parked for the next three events here. One race in this series, so kind of like the Connor Jacklin penalty that there was for those three races is same thing here. So like one race here, just 2024 season, which will be the last race I'll do throughout that whole suspension because I've already ran the X Series race for Atlanta. So basically, with that suspension, I'll get into it a little bit. I don't want to go way too into detail of everything because just how bad the situation was. But basically, yeah, Kel will be back at New Hampshire and all the racing series here. But anyway, we're back here today at Richmond here for the CRL2000 season. And Latanya Gray is on the pole, and you know what this means with no Caleb Campbell in the field and no I guess player driver in the field. This race is probably going to have nothing happen. There's going to be no cautions for cars getting wrecked because these cars are too perfect as AI to not run into each other. And yeah, so this will probably be a pretty boring race here at Richmond. And like I said, if I feel comfortable enough in this video, I'll get into talking about it. Or because really the most part of the situation is kind of like it doesn't really matter anymore. But yeah, it just stings. It just stings me a lot from the last couple of days. Still a little bit, kind of like my poison ivy rash I got last week from doing a lot of the yard work I was going to be doing during the off week that I basically did almost all the way. So anyway, Latonya Gray's on the pole here, Richmond. William Bounds will start second. Looks like Josh Barlett, Brady C, Jace Turner, Carly C up near the front. And here's Redfield going. Jace Turner in the points lead over Jalen Bounds, about 15 points. Caleb will lose a lot of ground in the standings in this series. Here he'll probably fall around where Emma Barlett and Jalen Turner are in the points. Jalen Turner did win the last race here in this series at Darlington. And yeah, so Latanya Gray on the pole here in this one. And Latanya, she did break that winless drought, but she has not won yet one YouTube videos yet, so it'd be pretty cool if she'd be able to hang on for the pole here. But who knows how the game will be with her car here today in this one. Will look for a second win season possibly basically make an opportunity jump into this championship battle with Caleb kind of falling out here in this one. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit here. I guess kind of all the championship outlooks, how they're going to look in this race. Maybe we'll talk about it again to Road Atlanta. But anyway, green flag here at Richmond. Gray and Dale's leading them off. We are racing here. And whatever, I think it's called the Commonwealth, something like that. But where's the green here at Richmond? And it looks like William Dale's a bit of an advantage on the outside lane here over Latanya Gray in this one today. So like I said, this is actually also the first time in 15 years, yes, every single year that Caleb has raced and has ran a race he's intended to run, he has ran in that race, and this is the first time in 15 years, first lap in 15 years of CRL competition with a race that Caleb Campbell was supposed to be in, that he is not in the field as William Bounds leads lap one here in this one. Gray in second, Brady in third, Jace Turner in fourth here, points leader, and definitely big opportunity for Jace and Jalen here to pull away in the points here. And as we'll go into the final 8 races, or 9 races after this one today, basically they could be settling this championship amongst themselves now, with Caleb losing a good bit of ground in the standings here in the season. Right now, William Bounds leading early on this one. Will only 2 overall wins this year. He won Phoenix year-long format, and he'll definitely jump into contention there after Daytona. As long as Latanya Gray have a good run. I already did the math for the points there because, like I said, I have not only done Daytona yet for this 3-race suspension for Caleb, and if I'm correct, both them and Jalen Bounds are actually the only 3 main drivers that could really leapfrog the 46 team there in the points when we get back to Sonoma, or before getting back to Sonoma. And then this series, yeah, like I said, 24. I think Caleb was 3rd in standings after Darlington because he had that DNF there. And yeah, he's going to fall back a bit here. And I think Jalen Turner could pass him in the points. Then yeah, Emma Bartlett will be pretty close too. I think Spinner's not really that close in the standings. The X Series, yeah, I think Caleb will probably take a tumble there too, but it may not be too bad. It'll just depend on how the race goes. I mean, Caleb was only 3rd in the standings, So not like he's going to lose the points lead, but he's definitely lost the momentum that he built up in the last 2 race series. I mean, for crying out loud, he led every lap in the last 2 races, basically, and won both last 2 races there, but ran out Willie early. And Bracey second, so definitely some different names. We'll probably some different names up front tonight in this one, and names we never really talked about a lot. Cam Spinner, he actually had his video for his County Cup Series recent race reviews come out. And fun fact too, as I'm working on the Adidas Cup Series roster and kind of getting some names up there, I kind of already have it, the roster kind of put to where I will break the record for most drivers in a single season. And fun fact, I might have looked at another driver in that series roster I kind of thought about using last week, and I kind of want to see how they perform these last 5 weeks. They didn't really win any of the races. But I do have another driver from that list that will likely join Spinner and Perkins. And good possibility they'll all be on the same team too, most likely, because I think it make more sense to have them all be kind of a team together in the series, in the Adidas Cup Series season. Kay Summers, the winner at Darlington in this series, and her most recent win CRL, running 5th right now. Then Jay Starter, Kurt Pointsler, and Jalen Bell, she's just right there. And of course, we still got the final 10 races to go here, so Jalen does have a good shot to make a run for championship. Jason was strong early in the season, got the points lead after Darlington with that DNF that Jalen had. And I think if Jalen can just get some good runs here to end off this season, they will be close in the championship battle here. I think Will gain some spots too, as he's currently leading in this one. Joshua Bartlett running top 10, Trevor Stewart top 10. That's actually good for him. He has been able to talk about him a lot in the field. So right now running top 10, Eli Johnson, you got Emma Bartlett, Jalen Turner, Brett Campbell, Madison Yates not having much of a good run. Then Nick Owens, and then here's kind of everybody else in the field here in this one here, Richmond. So 10 laps in, yes, this is also the last race for Connor Jacqueline not being as well. So it's pretty funny how the suspension started for Caleb along with Jacqueline's last race being suspended. But yeah, like I said, I'll get into talk about it eventually in this video. Or well, like I said, I'm not really worried about the situation much anymore. Just a lot of things happened that I really did not like, and I really wish that situation did not happen. And yeah, go and cut a few laps here in this one as William Bounds is the race leader. Alright, back here, Richmond. So, I guess I'll talk a little bit in this card video here. I will talk about, too, kind of this all stuff at the end, because this really kind of helped me out after all this stuff happened. So, basically, what I'll say is, so back in November last year, on my social medias, after Blaney won the championship, I kind of had, like, this is where I kind of decided to create my, like, a new Facebook page, everything. I also made a new Instagram, and I kept this Instagram kind of, just, like, as something to look at, just NASCAR stuff, really. And unfortunately, kind of someone with social media and Instagram and Twitter got really bad about it when Elon Musk took over. And I think he tried to fight it a little bit, but there's still the issues. And even when he making new Twitter now, he's had those issues happen there too at the same time during all this. Yeah, it still kind of is a bit of an issue, but now I just make sure I'm locking out more. So basically, you know, there's a bunch of like spam bots, they do all this stuff and everything. Well, I decided to be funny and just mess around with some of the accounts. And let me just say, I kind of got thrown on Sunday and everything. Really. I thought I was going to be, like, something bad was happening to me that day. I was panicking that day before going to work, and I was mentally out of it, basically, the rest of the day on Sunday. This was early. And what's crazy, too, is this account, I actually got rid of it the week before, after Memorial Day, because I kind of just got tired of it and everything and decided we'll just go delete it. And I want to get rid of that account and add another account on Instagram I don't really use anymore. And of course, I did all this, and now some of those not same accounts. They just kind of show up on my main Instagram now, and I'm really not comfortable at all with it. It just really scares me still. But yeah, so basically, just me letting myself do all this dumb stuff. There's Ryan Smith blowing up. I think he was actually out of this race from the race replay. So I ran this race actually probably Monday or yesterday, sometime earlier. The last 2 days. This is Wednesday. I'm recording this. But yeah, basically, I was just really scared and everything, and I mean, I was still like living as my normal self, but just had all the stuff in my head, and I was really just like scared of everything, realistically. And fortunately, after kind of deleting everything and blocking out basically any like things that really did all this stuff to me, I've been feeling a lot better. So Monday morning, I went to go play on one of the 4 disc golf courses in Georgia. I really have a goal of playing at, and realistically, playing on the first course really made me feel better, and I had actually had my best career game actually playing on this course, and I was really happy with myself. And then today on Wednesday morning, I went go play in Griffin, had fun. Went and saw Jalen because it was her birthday last week, and I meant to give her some for her birthday, and I finally did it today. And I really just feel good about myself the last couple of days now after everything. And crazy enough, I haven't listened to country music a lot, like the last few years. I started listening to country music a lot recently, funny enough, and I don't know why. I get a calming feeling from some of the songs that I just added on recently to all my playlist stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I also like to do a little bit of personality change too with stuff I do and how I act a little bit as well. Just trying to be more mature. And honestly, in this whole situation, I just wasn't being mature. I mean, I looked at myself at the end on Sunday before going to work after all this happened actually, and I was looking at myself like, Caleb, you can't be doing this anymore. And like I literally said, I'm not going to do this anymore too. Funny enough, and I'm definitely going to vow to that. And I'm just going to go tell y'all to push yourselves and not do this stuff stupidly, because I was at a really bad low on Sunday, and I really hate having to say this sooner in the video as well, because I mean nobody will probably care. Hey, if someone does though, thank you, because yeah, I could have had a really bad last couple of days, honestly. Yeah, I'm just glad I was able to lift myself up. Unfortunately, I really didn't have many friends, or really any friends around me to lift myself up, and I didn't really. Well, mainly I wasn't really comfortable telling anyone. I kind of ended at it a little bit the only person I really talked to. One of my past coworkers I really talked to. I haven't hung out with her in a while either, so yeah, it'd be a pretty crazy story to say all this. And what's crazy too is thinking about too. Last year around this time in June, I remember another incident that happened. This is why I don't go to certain shopping areas in my county alone. Like last month, to go buy some shirts or go to his graduations. And I was fine that time, because in the middle of the day, not in the morning. But yeah, just my advice to all this is just be careful whatever you do online, and if you see like accounts or anything that look like they're like scams or whatever, block them as soon as possible, and make sure your accounts are private and not public, because they usually will go for public accounts, and if you're private and they request volume, you accept the request, everything, they'll try to message you and do all this bull crap basically. And, yeah, so that's really all my advice I have about this whole situation. And unfortunately, it did happen. But like I said too, I did go out and play disc golf the last 3 days this week. I wasn't really gonna do that, but I feel like it was gonna rain midday. And that's the main reason why I can't record this race now during the, I guess, technical break week. And honestly too, I could have not suspended myself too, but I was like, well, it's going to make a good storyline to have myself not race next to races. Plus, it's also kind of like me saying, I learned a lesson in all this. I'm going to set the penalty and not run next races, go for race lead now. And basically, kind of what I said to myself too, of course, I didn't really do a whole video or like a whole announcement on this. But I did say it was Sunday night too, actually, kind of at the end of the day. I posted this, and someone else had a reaction too, actually, funny enough to me, but nobody else really reacted to it, actually. But it's just like me saying, hey, I'm going to come back stronger, I'm going to run good. And I know, too, in these series, so, like, I do think my championship hopes in this series are going to be done. But, I mean, I can still go there and win races. And New Hampshire is going to be my first return race, which I'll probably run tonight. Because what I'm thinking of doing is, because I'm actually not caught up right now, or I'm actually basically, on the last races I ran, with this race I run in the X Series, I'll probably go to run 2 races in each of both those series. And go ahead and run through Daytona whenever this video goes up. So that way I'll go ahead and basically have all my suspended races already ran through on the channel as well. But, yeah, just like I said, my advice, just avoid all this stuff and just be careful whatever you do. Hey, if you have Twitter, go ahead and make your Twitter private to where people can actually request follow it. Facebook does for requesting. But also be careful with your Facebook stuff too, because sometimes it'll show out public all certain ways too. I was going through all the settings of that account and fix up. And it was crazy. My major in school was like computer science stuff, and kind of doing like just like I guess a little bit like security stuff. And it's crazy. I'm kind of learning now, seeing like why it's all important for this stuff to me. But yeah. That's really all I have to say about the whole situation there. And I'm kind of glad I did get to go ahead and talk about it, because that was really heavy to get off my chest. But yeah, like I said, I'm really not worried about the situation much anymore. I'm just living as myself now, and making sure everything's good with me, and my racing series. And I'm definitely getting out more playing disc golf. And what's great too is, along with having some friends too that do like racing, although I don't really talk to them too much personally. One of my friends, this girl I know at work, so she likes IndyCar. I might talk about it too in one of the last races. But so I actually on Saturday I ordered Pato Awards number 5 car at South Circle B. Actually had a bunch of the cars, kind of like IndyCar diecast out. So I was like, well, let me see if I can find one. And so actually, it wasn't all Circle B anymore. I go on eBay, and I actually bought. I just posted the community tab whenever I'm recording this. So yeah, I actually bought that award car, and it's really my first kind of big size IndyCar diecast, my first one in probably about almost 2 years, I thought. And it has a nice model room too, just sitting on the shelf in front of my TV. Because I was like, that's really the best spot to put it to look at every single day. And I also do actually have Hendrick's 40th anniversary set coming, because I wanted that one too. So we're nearly halfway at Richmond here. I'm done with talking a little bit here. I might go custom more of the race here in this one, but I'm just glad I was able to kind of just go and talk about that real quick here in this race. And hopefully didn't take away from the action too much here. It's just really, I mean, it's really just William Bell's leading. Like I said, nothing much going. He's ready to see, got to lead there a little bit. Yeah, I'll go cut a couple more laps here at Richmond, and we'll be back here in a little bit. It's halfway at Richmond, so William Bell's leading the race here today. So, like I said, I get all that stuff talked about real quick, but. Yeah, you know, I just really had my Andre Giant moments. I remember watching AC Racing last year, and I think it was like, what series was it again? It was the Bristol night race. Yeah, it was in the Fall Beach. That's when they had the Skip Ripley guy in there too, and they were doing a little whole like funny commercial segment. And yeah, let's just say that I probably had an Andre Giant style moment or Skip Ripley moment or Andre Giant trick being just stupid. That's basically what the whole situation was. But yeah, so right now running the end of the race here at Richmond. So this, of course, is my first race back, and what was great, too, with everything kind of calmed down, too, is, I mean, thinking about it, if something bad did really happen, you know, there really wouldn't be any more CRL, honestly, because think about it, the CRL is really just me, and, yeah, there's really nobody else to run this ship here, and, yeah, there's really, with no Caleb Campbell, there's no CRL, and, yeah, we were thinking about it, we were probably pretty close to that, not really being around anymore, but, you know, I'm just glad to be here. And you know, honestly, at the end of the day, the only thing I really probably would have wanted after all that is really just a hug. Well, of course, giving out a big old apology for everything. But the only thing I really needed is a hug, which never did. My most recent hug was today with Channel, of course. And I can't even tell you the last one I probably had. It was probably her once again. After going to my aunt's, I don't remember though. But you know, I just don't really give hugs to people, of course, too. I guess I'm just a little weird about it, being an introvert and everything. And that's where it goes to with me not really having many friends like to be around personally as well. And this is really unfortunate. That's why I think all this stuff happened. And of course, think about it, like, you know, just need to be more mature about things. I mean, sometimes too, you know, I don't really care about friends. And fun fact too, I always thought about a great racing nickname for me, like as a new nickname. Of course, I probably had nicknames from back then, some dumb nicknames too, at work and everything, or other things. And unfortunately, the Instagram name actually was the name of this nickname I gave myself, which is actually the Lone Ranger. Which fun fact, I actually like. I saw that movie. That's where I thought about the name. I saw that movie, and of course I looked it up and everything. And I was thinking like, you know, that's actually a pretty decent nickname for the race stuff. Is like, because I do everything on my own, realistically, with all the racing stuff, and I always say I'm kind of by myself a little bit, and maybe have a friend help sometimes or whatever. And I mean, just thinking about, like, you know, just the nicknames and everything, that's actually a pretty good one to have for myself. Especially getting to like this older age of me, I guess, a little bit too in racing. Like I said, this is the first race in 15 years that Caleb Campbell is not on the track. Hey, we've had races where, of course, Madison Brad had a streak broke too. They've also raced 15 years as well. So, realistically thinking about it now, there's not a single driver that has ran every single race in the CRL they have meant to run. And I'm only saying meant to run because of, like, the short track series, which I would not have been able to compete in, or I guess kind of, I mean, really not really any other series, just really that one. But yeah, so just really glad to still be around racing and everything with 30 laps to go to Richmond. It's great to see now to the race league. We'll probably do one more cut here. And so also mentioned too, I am also starting, because I just actually put together the points results from 2010 through 2012 for the first 3 years. I finally got those points results made. I don't really have a full race list on my Google Docs forms yet for those seasons. However, like with the points and everything, basically, I'm going to make a whole document on a different email, which I'm going to probably move the CRI email I made, because that email is kind of a work email anyway. I'll move all the documents there. And basically, the main document is kind of like every single points finish in the league history. So I've basically done every pre-BMR era season, which is kind of the first 17 seasons. And next to the BMR era, and it's already a little bit of a chore to do, and I know that's going to be a long one to do as well, just make sure I have all the points results correct, everything. Because like, I'm pretty sure, well, I should have every series back when I think about it, because I did all that stuff back in like late November, early December. But yeah, so I'll be working on that some more a little bit. The track wins list, I actually have every track from the first year already put together, so some of the upcoming tracks are already on there. I think the only track we actually will be debuting at pretty soon is Memphis. I don't have Road Atlanta yet put together because Road Atlanta will be the next video on this channel. But yeah, so we're working lap 54 here with race leading. So yeah, I was kind of working on that. I did that mostly a little bit yesterday, I think, or maybe yesterday before I got ready for work. But yeah, so glad to really be able to still do all that stuff as well and just get all put together, even though I know nobody really cares about all that. It's just all these statistics and stuff. But yeah, I'm going to cut a couple more laps here. We'll get to about the final 15 laps here at Richmond as the top three are running 1, 2, 3 here at Richmond. Alright, so we're nearing 15 to go here, so I'll probably let the race kind of play through with some. I'll probably want to talk a little bit near the end of the race here, just let them kind of finish. So Brady C pulling away from William Balance at the end, and it'd actually be pretty big for Braden to pull off a race win today. He hasn't won really in a while in the series, I guess, a little bit. I mean, he won the Daytona 500 in the Cup Series. And fun fact, he did win Richmond last year in year-long format, actually, in the 48 car, in the first next-gen season I did. So yeah, Bracey does have a career win here at Richmond, and I guess too, you know, I can say too is definitely avoiding the field too with no Cale Campbell racing the field today in this one. Definitely fell among all the drivers here, and like I said, I'll be back and hopefully better than ever at New Hampshire, which like I said too, I'll probably go ahead and run that race after this one. And I think going the next couple days before I go to work, I'll work on some races as well. Kind of go to get this one out, get Road Atlanta out at least, and go to run Daytona. And then we'll get back into the swing of things, and yeah, then Cale Campbell's gonna come back in. And I know too, the field's probably gonna be scared because you know, think about it, Caleb getting suspended and it's from his own league, and yeah, definitely path of destruction coming. Definitely some possible domination and just the field getting destroyed possibly, especially with New Hampshire most likely because I know as well with the way I can race on New Hampshire Milwaukee. I can really pull away in those races, and I know Jalen Bell beat me out in the last one, but I might have been a little easier on her too, honestly. But yeah, so looking back at New Hampshire, it's definitely going to be a great one there. Memphis is actually going to be, I think, an interesting race, though, because I've actually never ran a lap there in an actual race, so I'm not sure how they'll run. And Road Atlanta, I did actually test for, which I really hate that I was forced to miss Road Atlanta with the suspension. And, yeah, Road Atlanta would have probably been another easy road course with me, too, honestly, but yeah, we'll see. And also, too, the 8 hour not actually set right for that race, too. And I'll mention that, too, in that video. Because, yeah, I never got the actual rating. I thought I did. Well, I think I did in the test run I made, but they weren't set to it in the actual race I ran. Because, well, I didn't really run the race, so it wouldn't matter anyway. Yeah, so far, Bracey leading. William Balance in second. Latanya Gray in third. Case number 4th, Jalen Balance in 5th. Looking to gain some points on Jace here, which would be pretty big. Jalen turned to top 10 as well right now. And then we miss anyone else? So Joshua Bartlett, ranked 9th here in this one here at the moment. Jason 10th. But yeah, so Brett Campbell, Emma Bartlett, they kind of round out some more of the field here. Eli Johnson, Nick Owens, and Matthew Less on the lap at the moment. And Brady C going through almost the final 10 laps here. He's gonna work a lap at Madison Yates here. Madison still looking to break that big Willis drought, especially with Caleb being out. This was definitely a big opportunity. Well, these two races would have been big opportunity races for her to do that, and unfortunately, it looks like the game is not going to let her do that here, and yeah, she's not going to have a great finish. But anyway, I'm going to let y'all kind of watch the race here for the end, and we'll get to the end of the final few laps here in a little bit. I'm going to leave the video kind of running here in this one. But yeah, nearing the end of this one here at Richmond. And I need more water. I'm kind of dehydrating myself today too, unfortunately, for some reason. I just felt like I was dehydrated earlier. I'm gonna drink a crap ton of water too, there's no way. Alright, 10, 9 to go. About, yeah. Start my own. Are near 5 to go, so Brady C full layering again. So, of course, the AI probably doesn't really matter with lap traffic here too much in this one. But yeah, so Brady C definitely strong performance. I think Will have the most laps led in this race. I of course looked at the laps led after recording the video, so I kind of know that already. But yeah, during knowing the Richmond, so definitely a big sharp Brady C, and going to these races too with Kayla not being in them, I knew this would be a big opportunity race. So with this series, definitely a big opportunity for another winner. The X Series, definitely an opportunity for another race winner as well. And yeah, year-long format is actually a great opportunity for like Latanya Gray to get back to the points lead, and I mean really for like Will and Jalen and to really kind of get there with Caleb in the points. So I think if all three of them finish in like the top half of the field, they will all pass Caleb in the points. Caleb was 28 ahead of Latanya Gray going into Daytona, and you can gain up to 48 points. Least amount of points you can gain is about 13ish, I think, in year-long format with 31 cars in the field. Because of the way the scoring does, it basically scores like still like regular NASCAR. It's like you win the race, you get 48 points, and it won't bring the points down. It's like what I used to do is I used to go like one from last place all the way to like first, getting like whatever, like 30, could be like 32 points plus any bonuses for last place stuff. But the game or the scoring days on the internet or on the NR2003 website, whatever it is, yeah, it actually does it based on the real life scoring. So like the winner gets 48 points or 47, depending on the laps led. But yeah, so with 2 to go to Richmond, Brady C leading the race here, and he got to lead her at the end of this one. And y'all kind of got to watch the race through while I talked, kind of went over everything that went on. And like I said, glad I did go mention everything too, so that way and kind of clear the water about it, and people won't be very mysterious feeling about it either. And yeah, kind of white flag here, and Brady C gonna pull around and go for a big one. I was thinking, because I mentioned about someone from the County Cup Series side possibly coming over. There's really nobody new coming from Brady C's side anymore, because I mean, there's no one really active in his Discord anymore, unfortunately. And yeah, I really don't think anyone really is around on the channel that I would want to bring in the series, unfortunately, right now too. But yeah, it's Brady C coming on back one more time here through 3 and 4, and he'll get a big race win here today, as he's going to win here at Richmond. Brady C first win on the season, and first win for the Dale Earnhardt 3 car on the season as well. So that's Brazil coming by. William Belt's like he'll get second. Latanya Gray a podium finish here in this one today. And yeah, Brady C big win. And like I said, first win for the Dale Earnhardt car. I forgot because he's in the 3 car here. We get to see the number 3, the old good old number 3 win. And we'll go see your results, or we'll see your celebrations, and we'll get the results and your points here in a few moments. Brady C waving to the crowd here as he's going to come around and do the burnout here. So this is actually his 22nd overall win officially. So, of course, there's been a change in the win list too. I did mention this as well in the recent video. And yeah, Brady lost like 2 wins, I think. Because basically, I kind of gave some of the wins back that were inherited from other drivers and everything, to just kind of make the win list be all fair finally and everything. Oh, fully fair. It was based on, because a lot of the CRL diecast races that ran, I changed the wins up a little bit. But yeah, Brady C race winner, still getting burnout at Richmond. And we'll get the results and your points here in a few moments. And we'll wait after the 3 car pulls in Victor Lane for this one. There goes the 3 to Victor Lane. Oh, here we go. So, yeah, Brady C, a race winner today in this one. And William Bounce does get second here, leading the most laps this one. Latanya Gray from the pole gets third. Would have been cool to see her win, but, the game wasn't going to let her do that. And also, another fun fact, too, about everything that went on. What's crazy, too, is this week, I was also trying to take a break from being on social media, but unfortunately, I guess with my head being used to, like, looking at, like, my Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat every day. I mean, I also still keep Twitter up so that way I can see any NASCAR news. But yeah, it's just like your head is just so used to looking at certain things, like you can't stop looking. And yeah, basically when I was supposed to be on the break, all this bull crap happened. Yeah, so the case numbers: Jalen Balance, your top 5. Trevor Stewart, Cam Spinner, Jalen Turner, Joshua Barlin, and Jace Turner, your top 10. Yeah, Rusfield break was last one lead lap, and yeah, we were down from 25 to 23 cars in this race today. The X Series will be down to 29 at Road America, and once again 31 in the Cup Series 2024. We're back to the 32 cars. We'll be back to the regular field. Going into the New Hampshire race and everything there after that. So, and then, really nothing much else to look at down there. But yeah, so Brady C race winner here. Are your points? So, like I was saying, Caleb Campbell was going to take a big step back here with missing the race today. Well, he falls all the way to fifth in the standings, and he is about 28 behind Jalen Turner and tied for fifth actually with Emma Bartley. He has tiebreaker based on wins. Yeah, Jace Turner leads the points here 10 over Jalen Bound. So Jalen did get some points here, and good possibility we'll have a nice little dogfight here between these two drivers. And they've really been, I would say, two of the top drivers of the newer drivers in this era. And of course, you got William Bounds there in third and Jalen Turner fourth. I mean, really the top four actually all right there together. I do have the overall rankings too. I've not updated them after these races. I'm going to wait till after Daytona's ran to kind of see where everything's kind of shaking up. Because I bet you both Jalen's going to pull away from Caleb in those points. Excuse me, I had a burp there, but yeah, they're going to pull away from Caleb in those points most likely. And then they're going to catch and then pull away from him. But yeah, so the Emma Bartlett, Cam Spinner, Bracy, Eli Johnson, Case Summers are your top 10 points here. Connor Jacklin missing the race today too as well. He falls back. He's actually kind of in the grass for clutches. Lataria Gray for 12th in the standings now, so that'll be interesting to see down the end of the season here. Matt is outside top 10 points here. After kind of just not having a lot of great runs recently, and we've been talking about her looking to go out there and get a big win, which she hasn't gotten yet. And we still got 10 races left here. Eli Johnson is actually kind of now the highest winless driver in the points in ninth. Be very cool to see Eli get a win somewhere as well in any series here in this season right now. And here are the rest of your points here after this one. So next to the series will be New Hampshire. That'll be the return race for Caleb Campbell, and everything will be fine with CRL now, and everything will be good. We still got Road Atlanta to run, of course, too, without Caleb in it, and that will probably be a very boring race too. I am going to definitely be cutting a lot of that race if it's just the leader lead every single lap. Which, of course, I know what happens, and don't be surprised about if I just said what basically what the race is going to be like, because it's probably going to be like that anyway. So anyway, thanks for support channel like always, and definitely I guess a little bit this time too. And if you do support me as well, I guess a little bit too. And yeah, definitely very appreciated. And like I said, I'm going to be a lot better about certain things kind of outside of the racing aspect for the channel, because it also affects my reputation, and it kind of does affect this channel as well with the reputation too. Just thinking about back in 2021 as well, some of that stuff as well, and just really need to make sure everything's just like good and calm with everything, because I don't want like anything bad to really just happen. I hate when bad things do happen. But yeah, so anyway, thank you for watching once again. This is Caleb with K Racing signing out, and I'll see y'all next time.